Denzel Washington, the actor, he said something very important, something you should really understand in his speech for graduation, from graduating college. If you don't fail, you were never even trying. Understand this. This was during the ending of his speech, right towards the end, and you hear him speaking about how life was, what the college told him to do, how he came back even better than he was before. And this speech was very powerful, but this really spoke out to me. Maybe because it was at the end, but who knows? But if you don't fail, you were never even trying. A lot of people take failure as the last thing that should have happened. A lot of people take failure as like the only thing that'll stop them from doing what they have to do. Not them physically wanting to, but just thinking because they failed, they should stop. Well, how are you going to be successful if you continue to do that? How are you possibly going to be successful if you continue to just give in to the failure? You're supposed to take the lesson out of it, not just give into it. You giving in, you're becoming a failure. Instead of just failing, you're becoming a failure. Don't do that. I need you to take the lesson from the failure and use that to be better. And I've said this many times, so you know I'm serious. So why give in? You're never going to be at the top if you don't fail, so why think that this is enough to stop you? It wasn't enough to stop other people, and they're at the top. Why can't you? Just because they read more books than you, then pick up more books. Just because they did more stuff than you, then do more stuff. You see, what they're doing is not unrealistic. It's realistic. It was done by somebody, so that means that you can do it yourself. That means that it's very much possible for you yourself to get up and do what they did, to understand something and to educate themselves in a certain way where they're now executing perfectly. So pick up that book, stand up, do what you have to do so you can execute perfectly. It's the only way possible that you're going to be able to do what they're doing. So again, if you're failing, you're not even trying. And don't think to yourself that because you're not failing that something's wrong or you're just doing everything right. Nobody does everything right first go. Nobody. So either you're not realizing you're failing or you got lucky. And it's very hard to get lucky. I trust more statistics than luck. I'll trust any day hard work over the casino. Why? Because the statistics just don't seem right, correct? I'd rather work hard in something that I know is going to be successful than put in a 50-50 chance. And if you go to the casino, it's not really 50-50. That you'll probably get half the money back of what you just wasted. So what I'm trying to get at is, if you don't think you're failing, you probably are. Take a step back, pause for a second, and have a look at everything you're doing. And make sure everything's working perfectly fine. Make this your wake-up call. If you're not failing, make this your wake-up call. Take a look back. And if everything's going fine because you've researched it, because you did everything you must have done to make sure you're doing fine, you're going to find a flaw in your system. Even if it wasn't enough to make you fail now, you never know if in the future would have made you fail a lot harder than what it would have been to just fix it right now. So just take a step back and look. And let's say you are failing and you don't know how to get back up. Take a step back and pause and then see everything you were doing wrong that made you fail. Because you might not have seen it the first time when you first failed, but you're going to see it now, trust me, because you only learn something the more you revise it. You only understand something the more you read it over. That's why when you're young and you're learning something, a lot of teachers make you repeat stuff consistently because that's how you learn. So take a step back and see what you're doing. Read it, look at it, whatever you have to possibly do, but see what went wrong. Take whatever you did wrong, take that as the lesson and don't do that, or flip it, do the opposite, that way to see if it'll work. Because it's also about experimenting. Every failed experiment is going to be a lesson. So don't just go all in one and just experimentate with it. Understand how it's going to work. Okay, this is not working. Good, I didn't invest everything into that. Never go all in one plan. You always want to invest like it's a stock market. You have $10,000 to invest into it. You never put all 10K down right away. You put 500 down here, 100 over here, 300 over here, and then you see how it works out. And whatever is succeeding the most, that's where you're going to put in more money when you know that it's going to go down or whatever you decide. That's how it's going to work, especially with this, with everything. You want to test it out first, test out the ropes, and if it's going good, now we invest. And if it's going good, we don't only invest with our money, we also invest with what we're going to learn from it. We also invest in putting more knowledge into it, picking up more books about it, or whatever the case may be. Don't only invest with money, always invest with intelligence, and back that up with the intelligence that you get from yourself. All right? So now that you're backing it all up, now you're going to understand the lessons these failures are giving you. All right, so this isn't working. What happens if we flip it? Okay, that's working a little bit better. All right, this is going good. Let's keep pushing with this. But now you're learning more stuff. You know what works and what doesn't. So failure, in most cases, is way more valuable than just succeeding, because you don't know what you did wrong or right. You don't know what's going on. So if it does somehow go wrong, you will never know how to fix it. Why? Because you never failed before. That's why a lot of the kids that are raised to not fail are the ones that fail the hardest in the future, because they were never taught on how to survive when they're all the way down, when the world really knocked them down. The beauty of you failing now, before you got too high up, is that you're knowing and learning the ropes. Now success is all that is to come. So relax, don't take it too hard. You'll be fine, you'll be the best. Wavy Motivations here. Check out the website, enjoy it, stay on a positive frequency, and look down below in the comment section, leave me a message or something. Comment under somebody else's stuff. Be positive, enjoy. Thank you.